Hey everyone, welcome back to East Vineland, New Jersey, aka or otherwise known as Kubota Farm. Took that I took that corner a little fast. I was actually cutting across this field right here and took a sharp lefty and yeah. Oh boy. Let's see if we can tip you over here. Little There we go. We got her. I don't like the, you know, that's the second time I've done it with this truck and this trailer. I should know better by now, but I don't, so there you go. Well, happy Tuesday to everyone. We've got a couple things yet to accomplish here in April. Some selling and some fertilizing. And I thought we would go ahead and, thankfully nobody's ever coming through that intersection. Thought we would go ahead and get this cornmeal sold out, and right now the best price we have is the fast food. I think it's the fast food restaurant up here was showing the best sale price. So let's just see if we can get some quick cash for it. Did I? There we go. Oh yeah, take another sharp corner there, Brad, because you know it's not tippy. Let's get this stuff sold, and like I said, whoa, move forward a little bit. There we go. My driving is a bit erratic, I guess you would say, so far tonight. Oh my gosh, I have not had the best of driving tonight. We're making some decent coin from this cornmeal, though. I'm okay with that. I kind of missed our total, so 86 plus another 12. I don't know, we must have made over $100,000 with that cornmeal, right? That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby at all, actually. Now I just need to figure out where in the world we are and how in the world we get back to our farm. I think it's back this way. So yeah, so I thought, you know, let's get some selling done and see if we can get, see how close we can get to adding some more land to our homestead. I actually think we are going to easily be able to buy some more property, especially if we sell quite a lot of the wool. I think the wool is the key. Where is our farm? Where are you, Mr. Farm? Where are we? Oh, okay. Alright, I got you covered. I see where we are. So, yeah, we finished up our planting, seeding. So we've got corn growing. Of course, we've got our reoccurring poplar. We've got sugar beets. What did we plant? Oh, sunflowers. We've got sunflowers up front. So yeah, we've got a little bit of a variety of stuff to harvest when harvest season does come back around. But I would like to get more land. I'd like to get more property. We also need to swing by, actually, where is the spinnery? We're down yonder here. I think the spinnery is over here. Or is it way up here? Where is the spinnery? I always lose the spinnery. There's the spinnery. Let's go visit the spinnery real quick because I'm going to go ahead and tag it, even though I'm pretty sure I can get us there. I think we have some fabric pallets waiting for us. I was looking at that at the end of our last episode, and I think we have some fabric pallets waiting for us. which is pretty awesome. Number one, they're like $37,000 a pallet if we sell them outright, which we could do. That would get us like, boy, that would give us over 70 grand in just 2 pallets of fabric, I think. Or we can take that fabric and we can lease the tailor shop. Blow through that stop sign, no worries there. Kids are home from school, so we don't have to worry about school buses. Oh man, it's so bad. I have zero regard for the law in this county. And I don't know why I get away with it, but I do get away with it. Let's see here. Let's pull in and see if we can figure out where these goodies are. I think we've got some fabric. We do have some fabric pallets. Outstanding. Okay, cool. And I think we still have quite a bit of wool. 54,000 liters of wool left in here. There are 4,000 liters a pallet, so what does that make? About 13 pallets of wool still being processed inside here. So I really feel like now I'm just being silly with this stuff. I've completely given up on any reality. These fabric pallets have got to be so heavy too. Now, I remember going into Joann's Fabric. I haven't been there in a long time, but I remember going in there with a significant other and looking at fabric. What do they call those? Bolsters of fabric? Is that what they're called? Bolsters? Something like that? And they weren't light. You know, I guess it depended on how, full they were. But they weren't very light, that's for sure. Can we strap that down? Thank you. Probably going to want that strapped down with me driving. So I can only imagine that these pallets are not particularly light pallets. Whoa, what the? What's going on with the old trailer there? The old back end? Get a little floaty, a little maybe too much weight in the front. That's kind of weird. But I'm thinking things get a little crazy when I'm thinking. So we're over here. Where's our? I just saw it too. There's our tailor shop. So let's go ahead and we'll tag the tailor shop. This trailer, I think it's broken. I think I have definitely broken the trailer at this point. We've got a different trailer though, so we're gonna get these we're gonna get this stuff taken care of and go grab our fifth wheel trailer. Hopefully that will run a little bit. Oh yeah, she wanted to go right there too. I saw it tipping. So YouTube has decided that I'm a huge fan of it's decided that I'm a huge fan of Fantasy Island now, because I watched some of that episode that showed up on my "Hey, we think this is what you'll like" deal. Why is there a... Oh, I didn't know that. I can change my clothes here at Needle and Stitch. Okay. And so it thinks that now, because I spent like 5 or 10 minutes watching. Actually, I spent more than that, to be honest with you. But let's lease this tailor shop. It's $1,000 to lease a day, and for us, that's pretty darn cheap. So let's go ahead and lease it. We're gonna make some clothes because we have fabric. Clothes, I guess we can store them. I guess, right? Because it doesn't really matter. Or do you just sell them? Are you going to not really want to? Don't really? No, not really. Boy, there is some things I have seriously broken our trailer, I think. Is that where you go? Okay, good. All right, so we're not getting paid, which is right. Here, take these things. Take them away. Make me a couple suits, maybe some curtains, maybe a pair of slacks. Does anybody call pants slacks anymore? I don't know if that's the thing. I know my parents always called them slacks. I always felt weird about that. And it was embarrassing because, like, my mom and dad, or my dad wouldn't, but my mom would take me to, like, JCPenney's, right, to buy school clothes. And out loud, she would say, "Oh, do you need any new slacks for school?" And I'd be like, "Mom, no, we don't wear slacks. We wear pants. We wear jeans. We wear pants. We don't wear slacks." And that was at the same time, too, that I was shopping in the Husky section, and that was embarrassing enough as it was, too. So you can only imagine. Where am I going? I am so not going the right direction. In fact, we're just going to do some field cutting here. So, yeah, YouTube thinks that I'm in love with Fantasy Island, so now it's suggesting every stinking episode of Fantasy Island in my suggested list. And the other thing that it's doing now, too, is since it's a 70s show... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure... wow, man. I am pretty sure that they came out and tried to remake Fantasy Island, correct? Like, wasn't there one that was remade like a few years ago? It was horrible, too, because I seem to remember Mr. Rourke was now a woman or something like that, and it was just all... It was goofy. It was goofy. Didn't like it at all. But YouTube seems to think that I love the 1970s Fantasy Island, and I love that stuff. So now it's suggesting stuff to me. And tonight when I got home, it was suggesting the Love Boat. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I can get into a little bit of Love Boat. I'm not ashamed to admit it was in my lineup when I was a lot younger. Something's running. Okay, that's kind of weird. Oh, I put this away before we started recording. Okay. Wow, that's kind of weird. I just wanted to check on this grass field over here because we cut it up. Nitrogen bad. Bad nitrogen. Okay, so we will be doing some slurrying later, so we'll have to include this field of grass. We've got a lot of slurry, and we've got a lot of slurry to spread, so yeah, we're going to be busy with that for a while. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to disconnect you. And we need to go into the shop, our little, what do they call that, pickup bed, and customize. And I think we need to get rid of the tonneau cover because we're going to be using the fifth wheel. So actually, I think that'll work. Kind of got rid of the roll bar. That'll do okay. That'll be okay. We can deal with that. How's the maintenance on the Kubota, by the way? Does it need an oil change? Does actually need an oil change. Alright, so now I've got YouTube slamming all kinds of 70s shows my way. And it got me to thinking a little bit about the Love Boat. And I don't know if any of you are old enough. I know some of you are because I've discussed these things before, and you've mentioned shows that tell me that you're old enough to have seen some of these 1970s, 80s shows. The Love Boat promised something for everyone. Well, it was, I'll tell you, it was a bad idea. And it ran, I don't know how many seasons it ran, but I can tell you this, that every couple that, here, let's do this. We can drop our bed. I'm going to try to do this. It just lives that. That is great. Watch. That is just fantastic. Man, that is a strong connection going on there. The old Kubota. It's either really light or that is a really strong connection. The Love Boat basically was just an hour-long show where you had, you know, it wasn't even that far from Fantasy Island. Basically, you just had couples coming on there. You had some single people, sometimes maybe a family, but they all were on there and they all had their own story. And for the hour-long Love Boat, you would be following these particular guest stars around the ship as you learn their backstory and why they're on the Love Boat. One of the main things that was going on the Love Boat was couples that hated each other, just did not like each other in any way, shape, or form. And I can't imagine any worse scenario than to be on a confined cruise ship with a spouse that you can't stand. Why would you pick that as your vacation in hopes that you're going to work things out? That's perfect. And you got to remember now, the boats. Oh, let me do something. I was told, I don't know if you're going to see this on your screen or not, but I am going to, I don't know if I can do this. I wanted to adjust the audio. Let's see if that's better. I don't know if it's going to make a difference right away. Maybe that, let me do this a little bit here. I was thinking, I made an adjustment to the audio a while back, and got a comment that it seemed a bit loud. And I do appreciate when y'all let me know if you hear things like that, if the audio seems loud or something seems out of whack. Yeah, definitely let me know. But why in the world would you get on a cruise ship, a confined cruise ship, with your spouse that you're looking in every way, shape, or form to, you know, be away from, get away from, divorce possibly? I just don't get it. And these boats aren't, you know, what was it? The Love Boat was like not nearly as big as they are nowadays. I mean, it was big, but it most definitely wasn't, you know, definitely not the size of, yeah, I know, you think you're full, but you're not. But definitely it's not the size of, you know, the floating cities that they have nowadays. So I don't know how much you could escape from this person that you don't want to be with anyways. Just a weird concept. But apparently they got away with it, and there weren't any, you know, domestic violence cases on board, I guess, or something. I don't know. And then there was Isaac and Gopher. I forget what the name of the what was the name of the girl that was the cruise ship director. I can't remember her name. It was alright though. It was an alright show if you were into, you know, just kind of happy endings, you know, lollipops and happy endings. I mean, they weren't toting bodies off the boat, so everybody kind of left happy. I think there were some. Ooh, I'm trying. That's not going to work very well, is it? I'm trying to pack as much as we can on this thing because we're going to take this over to sell. At least Captain Stubing, bless his heart, wasn't making some little dude run up and down the crow's nest looking for icebergs and stuff. He was at least better than Mr. Rourke. You know, he had half a heart. There was a weird story there with Captain Stubing too. Like, didn't he have a daughter? He was either divorced or his wife had died, and his obnoxious daughter was on board. Eventually, she became part of the crew or something weird. Yeah. Meryl Stubing. What a show. The best thing about the show was the theme song, though. The theme song was awesome. They had some really good TV show theme songs in the 70s and 80s. And in fact, I seem to remember... yeah, get up there. I seem to remember we owned... me and my brother, either I owned it or my brother or my sister owned it, a TV show soundtrack album. TV show theme album is what it was. Because TV show themes in the 70s and 80s were awesome. You had the A-Team, you had the theme to the A-Team, you had one of my personal favorites was the theme to SWAT. I don't know if you remember the show SWAT or not. That was an amazing theme song. That thing rocked. Of course, you had Chips and all kinds of shows with. They're just not as good anymore. You just don't. They're. I mean, obviously they're produced so much better now, and TV theme shows nowadays are just much more orchestral and much bigger productions. But they're not as catchy. I mean, think about One Day at a Time, and the Jeffersons. I mean, come on. How can you not love the theme songs for, like, the Jeffersons and One Day at a Time and All in the Family and all that stuff? Those things were, like, worth watching the show in and of itself. Okay. We've got a heap of wool. Now, I have no idea how well this is going to travel, but we're definitely going to try. And we want to sell, we pretty much want to sell all of this because honestly, I don't know, I'm kind of looking more for money than for more fabric. And we still got a bunch of wool sitting in our spinnery. So how are we doing for, let's see, 3576? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, we're leasing the now we can't sell it. We can't sell it to the spinnery, can we? Because we're leasing it. And if we take wool over there to drop off, it's just gonna take it in for storage, isn't it? There's no way to sell to, is there? Is that right? Does that sound right? I don't think there is, right? There's no way to sell to a yeah, it'll just add to here. Okay. All right. Well, that's a bummer because that's kind of paying the highest. I'm thinking of that, right? I'm not losing my mind on that. Farmers market. Let's just check out. Let's see if I can get around here without hitting the fence. All right. Very good. All right, bye, Sean. Bye, sheep. We're out of here. I'm gonna try and make it there without. Actually, I think this thing has a much better center of gravity, lower center of gravity, hopefully, and I can take corners a little bit better with this trailer than I can the other one. Man, we got the wool loaded up on this thing, don't we? But yeah, theme songs were so much better, and I mean, granted, productions weren't nearly as good as they are nowadays, and and stuff, but they were just, more lighthearted, more fun. But I don't know how much, I can't watch the Love Boat anymore. Some of them I wish I could enjoy and get as much of a kick out of anymore, but the Love Boat I just can't do. Fantasy Island, yeah, that's a tough one. Fantasy Island, I don't know. I don't think I can do that one anymore either. I do check out. Oh. Hold the truck right there. Pull over to the side of the road. We lost. Where did that one come off from the? Oh. I could probably watch Chips, you know, little John and Poncherella. Oh, I know what I saw the other day that was on. I was watching last night. Was it last night or was Sunday night? Yeah, it was Sunday night. I was watching I was watching football, and I had my I use antenna for local stations, and so I was watching one of the NFC wildcard playoffs, and during a commercial, I was flipping around channels because I don't watch antenna TV or TV through the antenna very much. Um, so I was just flipping around just to see what was available and stuff, and I was surprised to see that what was that show? Emergency 51 or Squad 51?
Squad 51, Squad 51. We got a fire on the west side of Los Angeles.
And I don't know how many of you remember Squad 51 or Emergency. I think it was called Emergency, right? That had a pretty wicked good theme song. And the one main thing I remember from that show, you know, because they would always go to the fire or they would go to whatever medical scene. And then they would always call Rampart, you know.
Rampart, we've got a 42 female patient, 42 years of age.
And they would always call Rampart to tell them, you know, what they were doing and to say that they're going to be transporting their patients and stuff. But every time, I swear, every patient,
Go ahead and apply ring. Get the ringers lactated going. Lactated ringers lactated.
what? I eventually it up. So eventually, I asked a friend of mine who actually is a fireman and does very similar things. Medical care. Holy cow! Did our money? Oh yeah, that was well worth. Excuse me, that was well worth the sale. Now we're talking. We sell the rest of this wool, we're millionaires. There's no question about it. And I did ask him finally. I said, dude, can you tell me what is ringers lactated or what is lactated ringers? I don't. That's all I remember from this stinking emergency show. That and a lady who got her big toe caught in the bathtub drain. That's one of the few episodes I think I can honestly remember from this emergency show. She had her big toe stuck in the bathtub drain, and I think they still called Rampart and still gave her lactated ringers. For what purpose? I have apparently it's some kind of a IV that you get, I guess, if I'm remembering what he told me correctly. It's an IV that maybe helps with people who, you know, to maybe hydrate them and keep them from going into shock or something like that. So yeah, that's what I remember. Lactated ringers and a lady getting her big toe stuck. That's it. It was a heck of a show. I actually think that show did really, really well for... I saw a... I don't know if it was a reunion. Was it a reunion or something? Squad 51. Oh, I just took the wrong turn. I don't know if it was a reunion or what it is, but I saw them and they were talking about the show, and yeah, evidently it was it did really, really well. And I guess there reportedly there was a pretty big uptick in people wanting to be people applying for the fire department and for emergency services. You know, isn't that funny? I heard that recently too with you know, the original Top Gun movie back in the 80s, the good one. Was it the 80s or 90s? One of the two. But the original Top Gun movie, yeah, the military reported a major increase in people applying for the Navy to join their pilot program or to be on aircraft carriers because of the movie. Pretty good advertising, I would say they got for that, huh? Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So we still have another, boy, we still have another pretty much almost a trailer load. Loading area. Oh, is it mad because I ran into this last time, and I think what happens is, yeah, I think that makes it happy. Okay, there we go. So we can load up a little bit more wool. But we have plenty of cash now to most definitely to get at least one good sized piece of property or two medium sizers. So we'll have to take a look at that and see how that's going to go. Hey, I know it's your wool, but thank you. You're making a lot of money for us. Thank you. I'll just keep you in the grass. You keep me in the wool. I think that's a good even trade right there. You know? You keep fed and I get rich. Seems like a pretty good deal. I mean, we must have made 400, almost 400,000 on that last trailer load. Holy smokers. Well, you can sit right here in the back. I'm just going to, oh, no, oh, you have to release the pallet, Brad. Release the, release the pallet. There you go. There you go. Is that it? I think that's it. Outstanding. All right, and that is also, I think, going to do it for this episode of Kubota Farm. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Once again, leave a like if you enjoy the video. Of course, subscribe if you want. That'd be cool. And we'll be back here tomorrow, Wednesday. Yeah, we'll be back here on Kubota Farm to probably do some. I'll have the rest of this stuff sold, make a couple decisions if we want to buy some more land, do some slurring. Onward and upward, making some progress here. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves and make sure you take care of each other. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.